It was presumably the night before Christmas. Dennis couldn't really tell because he had smashed all the clocks in his house and burnt all his calendars, as he figured that time was the one reason he would eventually die.
Oh, I love a cup of hot chocky on a so-called Christmas night.
It was at this moment that Dennis heard a loud thump ring out from his living room. It sounded very heavy, and like it had fallen from a very high distance.
I thought I could smell some hot chocolate. Sorry, chap, but I'm going to have to commandeer this mug. All the milk just goes off, and the missus has banned me from drinking the sherry because she says I'm still some sort of raging alcoholic. Threatened to get a therapist in on me. The therapist I employ. The cheek of it. It's not like I'm paying him anyway.
Are yous that Santa Claus fellow?
That's me.
Well, I've got a question to ask yous. How can you prove that Christmas really exists?
What?
Well, is there really any definitive proof that Christmas really exists? How do we know we've not just been buggering about once a year, every year?
Well, I'd say I'm pretty good proof that Christmas exists.
No, you're not. You're just a symbol of Christmas. You could just be a magical man who travels around the world once a year for the fun of it, who also needs to get on a diet program.
That is true, yes, but does it need to exist?
Yes! Otherwise, what's the point of blowing all this money each year?
You've got a fairly reasonable point, but do we need definitive proof?
Of course we blooming do. Otherwise, how do we know it's really there?
Who are you?
I'm a piece of toast, you Wally. Of course you would only know that if you actually saw me, which you have. I am a definite proof that I exist, therefore I can continue to exist. If I myself don't have proof that I existed, I wouldn't exist, would I?
Well, I mean, yes, I can agree to that. Look, I only came in here to have a nice cuppa.
And you've seen me leaping about, so you know I exist. Is there any Christmas entity jumping about going up people shouting, "Look at me"? I don't think so. So how do we know it exists?
Maybe it's just shy.
Oh yes, sir, that's a possibility. But then why are these lots so adamant on celebrating something that's not there?
I think someone spiked my cup.
That's it. Now I've had it with you trying to tear down the thing that provides me with my job and what brings joy to millions of families across the world. How about you?
Come on then, you podgy geezer.
What on earth? Oh, blow, I've run out of hot chocolate. Better go pour another mug.
You do know Christmas is just a celebration and doesn't have or need to have a physical manifestation.
Ah, I hadn't thought of that.
And with that display of confused stupidity, Dennis continued on with his night, and had a generally happy Christmas day with his family. As for the toast, it had been eaten by the fat man in a rather odd form of homicide, though it would never hold up in court.